Hi everyone. So in this session, I'm going to discuss how to resizing the browser, how to resizing, and yeah, we can say we can resizing or maximizing browser using WebDriver. So how we can maximizing, minimizing, and resizing browser using WebDriver. So sometimes you have required to resizing, maximizing browser. So how we can resizing or maximizing browser using WebDriver? Let's understand. So now open your Eclipse IDE. So last time we have created base test class we have created. Now under SRC test Java package, we have one more package, testing package. Let's under testing package, I'm going to create new test class. So right click and selecting class option here, and I give the class name like browser resizing tester. Okay, I give the name like browser resizing tester. So here I have created one class with name browser resizing tester. I have created a class with name browser resizing tester. Let's under this test class, I'm going to create our test method. So let's now here we're going to create test method. So public void resizing, yes, no, just like I give the browser resizing test. So now here we define this test method. Let's now we annotate at the rate test annotation, because this is a test method. So I'm going to annotate at the rate test annotation. Now, when you're going to resize the browser, before resizing the browser, you need to launch a browser and needs to load a web page into browser. So already that code we have written in base test class, but that code we have required in our test class also. So what we need to do, we need to extend base test class. So now here we need to extend base test class. So I'm going to extend base test class. So here we're defining our tester class just by extending the base test class to achieve the base testing functionality. Now under test, just we need to write our logic. Yes, no? So browser is already launched and web page is also loaded. Already we have written that script in under base test class. Now what we need to do, we want to resize the browser. So here directly I'm going to resize the browser. So resize the browser. How we can resize the browser? Using using WebDriver. So you can check here in base test class, I have declared WebDriver variable. So go to the browser resizing testing WebDriver. Once you get the WebDriver, on the WebDriver, okay, if you want to resize the browser window, on WebDriver, you can call one method window method. You can check here. Okay, if you want to resize, so first of all, you need to call one manage method. Let's understand what the manage. Manage method return option. You can check here. What is the manage method? If you click here, open the documentation. Manage method returns options. What is the options? If you open that document, option is interface. This interface will provide option for managing your browser. So if you want to resize your browser, you want to manage your browser, on that WebDriver we need to call manage method, which will return one options. On that options, yes, no, you get an option for resizing the browser. So which option you want to set? Here we want to, you can check it, which option, there are several options. Which option I need to set the size? Okay, I need to set the size of window. I want to manage what I want to manage window. So on WebDriver, you need to call manage method is written one option. On that option, you need to call window method, which return a window option. Which option? Window option, because I want to resize the window. So now we need to get a window. Once we get a window, on that window, you can call method set size to set the size. So if you want to set the size, it will take dimension object. So you can create one dimension object by specify the dimension. So I'm going to create one dimension object, and remember this point. This dimension you need to select of which package, org.openqa.selenium package. So create one dimension object, dimension. I create one dimension object, dimension equal to new dimension. I going to create one dimension object. Let's now here I'm going to create one dimension object. So when we're going to create dimension object, in this dimension you can specify dimension just like x coordinate and y coordinate. Yes, no? Suppose I'm setting 200 comma 200. And now that dimension we're passing to the set size method dimension. So first we have create one dimension object. So dimension object actually similar to point, we can say. What we can say, just like suppose you have in coordinate, you have x-axis, y-axis. So suppose I want to define some point here. Yes, no, this is a point. So dimension act as a like point. Yes, no. So from x-axis and y-axis. So here we have created one dimension object. Now I want to manage window size. So what we need to do? First of all, on WebDriver, we need to call manage method. Manage method return option. Which option required? Window. Then you need to call window object. Window method return window options. On that window option, what you want to do? You want to set the size. You can set the size by specifying the dimension. Now your dimension, once you have set the dimension, it means you are resizing the browser according to the dimension. Okay, I want to move the mouse. Move the yes or no? How we can move the browser window? Okay, if you want to move the browser, so how we can move? So we have one point object. Yes or no? You can create point object also. We need to select which point class, org.openqa.selenium package. Point, create one point object, new point. Here we create one point object by specify x and y coordinate. Let's specify 300, 200. Now I want to manage, I want to set the position, this position. I want to set this position for a browser. So WebDriver, on WebDriver, we need to call first of all manage method, which return option. Which option you require? Window. So you can call window method. Now I want to set the position. You can call the set position. So this method set the position of the current window. If you want to set the position of the current window, so then you can call the method set position. And you can pass the point. What is the target position? So now in this way, you can set the position of the current window. Now, once you set the position of the current window, after setting the position of the current window, I want to maximize the browser window. So maximize the browser window, browser. How we can maximize the browser? So on WebDriver, you can check here on WebDriver, we have one method. We need to call first manage method. And once you get a manage options, from option, which my option? Window option. Once you get window option, on window option, you need to call maximize method. Which method? Maximize. So maximize method, what does? Maximize method maximize the current window if it is not already maximized. So using maximize method, we can maximize the current window if it is not already maximized. So if you want to maximize the current window, so you can use maximize method. So maximize the current window if it is not already maximized. So I have written this script, you can check here. So let's now save this and run this script and check here. Now you can check here, browser is launched, and now URL is loaded, and now browser is closed. Okay, let's, here I have give some delay, then you can see the output. Okay, so first open the browser. After opening the browser, we are resizing the browser. So here we write down thread.sleep. Using thread.sleep, we are giving here delay. So after 2 seconds, okay. Once we call this method, it means for 2 seconds, thread will not perform any activity. It will sleep. And then now after set size, we are calling. Now here also we give the some delay, thread.sleep. And then after maximize, I give some delay. Now let's save it and again run this and check here. If you run this, now you can check here in the console. Now localhost, yeah, Microsoft Edge driver was successfully launched. Now you can check here. Browser is launched and web page is loaded. Now you can check here. Now it's resizing. And after 2 seconds, it will close the browser window. So in this way, we can resize browser window using WebDriver. I hope it's clear.